Welcome back. We're still here talking basketball on a lovely Thursday evening. Coach Ayo Bakari still with me. Babs Ogwande still with me. Coach, let's pick it up from where we left off before we went on that break. A lot of people listening to you will question your assertion that basketball, the rate of its growth is even higher than that of football.
Yes. Perhaps when I said that, I should have qualified it with worldwide.
Okay.
In Nigeria, it's not as apparent for very obvious reasons. I'll take the pinnacle of our basketball in Nigeria, for example, which is the Premier League. Mm-hmm. You know, the Premier League consists of a maximum of 14 games usually for an entire year. You know, it has no pre-planned schedule. You know, the players play only 14 games. They qualify for a playoffs, which itself is limited. You know, so, and then the games are not televised. There's a title sponsor who I won't mention here, mm-hmm. who has broadcasting rights. Yeah. But these games, last year, I don't think 4 games in the entire year made it to the television. And then the quality of the product matters, because the quality is not particularly pristine. You know, it makes for very boring.
It's not appealing to the eyes.
Broadcasting content anyway. You know, so it's a whole broad range of things that make the Nigerian situation peculiar. So we're not really seeing that major growth. But if you're talking of excitement, which game is more fun to watch?
So we should not confuse the Nigerian situation with what's happening globally.
And needs to be addressed, but then I'm just an ordinary coach. I don't have the answers.
Okay, let me come to you. Talking about this initiative, there'll be financial commitments. How do you hope to go around it? I'm looking at the numbers very high. What you intend to do, the people that will be involved, the kids that will benefit. I mean, how do you intend to bankroll this lofty initiative?
Well, first and foremost, I mean, this the program, is in stages.
Okay.
So the stage 1 of it is to train the trainers. Now we have commitment. Well, we have promissory notes from Lagos State government and the Sports Commission, and there are a couple of other companies that have signified their interest to sponsor the 4-day program. That is, taking care of the resource persons and all of that. And we have some seed money that we have with us.
Okay.
So we're going to do that. But the next stage, which is early next year, it is where the 24 camps, where we'll have all of the trainers, trained coaches who will be using
those ones that get the certification.
That's right. Are the ones that will deploy to man the 24 camps simultaneously in Lagos State. So, and we're looking at about between 3,000 and 5,000 kids over a period of 1 week, who will be trained by the people that we have trained this time around.
Actually, about the selection criteria or the process, these kids, how do they get to be chosen to be in any of those 24 camps?
All schools are welcome. But like I said, the catchment area is late primary to early secondary. Now it's open to all public schools, all private schools in Lagos, and well, that's for the kids. But for the trainers, it's open to everybody all over Nigeria, if you are willing to come, because yes, it's a basketball league, but the courses that we're taking includes things not related to basketball by itself.
Social well-being.
So they will benefit. Right. They will benefit from coming there. But basketball is the lead.
Okay, parting shot, Coach. Just a little addition to whatever he has said about the benefits of this program.
Well, the benefits are that first we do a genuine and consistent approach to developing our talent from the grassroots. We monitor them over a long period of time. The trainers, we monitor them over a long period of time. And we wind up with we've all been crying for young talent to come on board. We wind up with a production line, as it were, to reach that objective.
I want to thank you for your time on the show today. It's really been good having you with us. Hope we'll be able to do this again some other time. So thank you very much, and best of luck.
Thank you very much
for the program. Well, let's quickly cross over to Washington. Our friend Sonny Young is standing by to talk to us. Well, he's all smiles. Hello, Sonny.
Hello from Washington, and sporty greetings to all your Sports Tonight viewers all across Nigeria. How are you this evening?
I'm very good, Sonny. Let's talk about what is happening from your hand. I'm very sure a lot is happening right there. Let's talk about baseball. Well, in this part of the world, we don't really do much of baseball. But what's happening right there in the United States talking baseball?
Well, right now we're in what's called the playoffs of Major League Baseball, and I know it's not the most popular sport in Africa or Nigeria, but here in Washington, lots of excitement. The Major League club, Washington Nationals, they played their decisive 5th game later Thursday night against the Los Angeles Dodgers at Nationals Park, located a short walk from our Voice of America headquarters right here in Washington. And if the Nationals can win tonight, it would be the first time a Washington baseball club in the major leagues has made it, has won a postseason series since all the way back to 1924. Long time. So a lot of fans got their fingers crossed, hoping Max Scherzer, one of the league's top pitchers, he'll be on the mound for the Nationals. And they're hoping that he can shut down the Dodgers, but that park, Nationals Park, should be sold out this evening. And quickly, another sporting event that took place earlier this week right here in Washington. The U.S. men's national soccer team played New Zealand in a friendly match. The teams drew 1-1 at RFK Stadium. The Americans were using that match as a warm-up for World Cup qualifiers next month against Mexico and Costa Rica. And on the World Cup qualifying front, quick shout out for the Super Eagles of Nigeria.
Yeah.
Big
we like that, Sonny.
Big win in Zambia. I know those Premiership boys for Arsenal and Man City, Alex Iwobi and Kelechi Iheanacho. Big goals for Nigeria. So I like Nigeria. That's a tough group they're in, too. Really tough group.
Yeah.
If you can win on the road in African football, that's good.
It's awesome. Yeah. All right, let's talk about female basketball. What's also happening right there from your hand?
Well, in women's basketball, we're having the WNBA finals right now. This series between the Los Angeles Sparks and Minnesota Lynx is tied at 1 game each. They'll play Game 3 on Friday night at the Staples Center in Los Angeles, California. The Lynx, they're the defending WNBA champions, and the Sparks, they've won 2 league titles, but you have to go all the way back to 2002 for their last championship. Another Nigerian shout-out, she's of Nigerian heritage, the WNBA's most valuable player, Nneka Ogwumike. I hope I pronounced her name right. Nneka Ogwumike for the Sparks. She's had a great season, and she's played very well in the first 2 games for the Sparks. They'll be back on their home court on Friday night as they try to win the WNBA Finals.
All right, Sonny, let's talk about Maria Sharapova. The burden has been lifted from her shoulder, and she's having a nice time taking part in the exhibition matches. I mean, what can you say?
Yeah, Maria Sharapova also here in the States earlier this week. She played a charity event in Las Vegas, Nevada, fundraising event for the Elton John AIDS Foundation. And Sharapova was out there. She says it was the first time she's played in front of fans in about 7 months. She had been banned by the International Tennis Federation for using meldonium. She was originally given a 2-year ban. It was reduced to 15 months by the Court of Arbitration for Sport. So she was out there playing a charity event with retired stars like Martina Navratilova, John McEnroe, Andy Roddick. A good cause for the Elton John AIDS Foundation. Elton John, of course, a big tennis fan. And Sharapova says she plans to play a few more charity events before she's officially back on the women's tour, the professional circuit, in April of 2017.
All right, Sonny, before I allow you go, I can't let you leave without talking about Tyson Fury. He's got his license taken away from him for now, and he has vacated his belt. So let me make it a two-in-one question. Talk about Tyson Fury and the bout that you would love to see. Maybe Deontay Wilder and Joshua, maybe, or someone else with Klitschko.
Yeah, I think with this decision by Tyson Fury to vacate those 2 title belts, I do think we're going to see a world title fight pretty soon between Anthony Joshua and Vladimir Klitschko. The date I'm hearing, nothing has been signed yet, but the date I'm hearing is December 10th that Klitschko might go up against Joshua. Interesting fight. I don't know that I want to predict a winner, but I know Klitschko is 40 years old, and Joshua, tremendous power. I mean, just great power from him. It'll be interesting. I think Joshua, Deontay Wilder, Klitschko sort of, I don't know. I don't know that he's still a real force in the heavyweight division, but yeah, interesting times in the heavyweights.
All right, maybe I should throw this in again, Sonny. Do you see Tyson Fury making it back? Will he be able to sort out his issues and probably get back to being a champion?
I would like to see him get clean and clear up a little bit in terms of his mental health. I know he's been suffering from depression and drug use, and I think he can come back. I think if he makes a strong effort. I know he comes from a family that loves the sport of boxing, and his uncle has said that he will be back. And I hope that we do see him in future title fights. But for now, he's given up the belts, and so he's not really a part of the picture right now.
All right, Tony, I want to thank you for your time. It's been nice having you. We hope to do this again next week. Thanks so much very much, Sonny.
Thank you very much, and have a good evening.
All right. That's our friend from Washington, from the Voice of America, Sonny Young. While we're having that conversation, Femi Adefeso just walked in. Femi, let me quickly welcome you to the show.
Yeah. It's good to be here, and particularly more excited that basketball is the main focus tonight.
Even before seeing that, we've had a lot of basketball.
Yes.
But let's start from home, since you're here now, and talk about what's happening here. Let me just straight to what's happening right here at home. Some teams preparing for the new season.
Yes, of course, it's the fight or the beginning of the battle for the teams that would replace
the quest to get to
the relegated, beg your pardon, relegated teams from the Premier League. So the Division 1 Championship is on, and some teams are talking tough. However, there's still no clear on the number of teams that will be qualifying, particularly from the Atlantic Division. If you remember, there was a big issue with 3 teams.
Drama last year.
Being suspended by the league, for participating in the ABL.
Still no word on what will happen.
Still no word. Yeah, and it's worrying for me because teams are already preparing. A lot of teams are now throwing their, out in the ring.
Are we going to bring in teams to replace those guys?
So
are they going to qualify for
and
those?
Usually it's one automatic ticket.
Yeah,
but if that goes, accordingly, then it means there will be 3. If the suspension is to hold on. But so I think it's better the federation and the organizers, coming
sort it out.
Yes, with whatever decision is going to be made concerning that, so that the teams who are coming up, will be prepared. As it is now, we hear the Raptors Basketball Club, of Lagos, are one of the teams who have featured times without number and have come close a few times. Now they are really prepared. They've been able to put up and get some sponsorship to ensure that they go there and compete and get a place in the Premier League this year. And the coach, Charles Beziako, has told me categorically that, look, we are going there this time not to make up the numbers, but to qualify for the league. That's the goal. So nothing short of that, and I'm glad that they're beginning to put things together. Also, the Nigeria Army team, who came second in Division 2 last year and qualified. Remember, the Army Games is ongoing currently in Abuja, and it's also a sort of preparation for them as well. And when I spoke to one of their officials, General, Ola, he said, look, we are not going to take this easy.
Yeah.
We are coming in. Although if you look at it, they are on the Savannah side, so you can give them some. But when you look at the Atlantic side, you have Raptors talking. We just saw Coach Ayo Bakare leave here now. He has his Comets team who were very close to qualifying last year. We hear also that there's a team in the Eastern Bloc also coming together, because there's no Premier League team that comes from the East that is also looking like they will be representing And let's not forget the regular faces that you see. Police was relegated, 2 seasons ago. They will also be launching, a comeback. So the Atlantic division in the or the Atlantic Conference in the Division 1 will be really, really tough,
right,
this time around. So
let me put you in a tight spot. I didn't want to do this to you, but I have to. Okay, let me hold my thought, and we'll go on a very quick break. And when we come back, I'll be putting Femi on a tight spot. Join us again.